Now we'll start our uh, part 2 of the lecture, that is stages of parturition. In last class, you studied that what are the initial phase of parturition and what are the endocrinological changes that actually happens during or before the parturition. So by and large, if you remember back class, you will understand that three or four major hormones have a critical role in initiating the parturition and preparing the uh, genitalia for the parturition, right? So in that you will see fetal cortisol, then maternal cortisol, I mean corticosteroids. Role of corticosteroid is there, role of estrogen is there, role of oxytocin is there, then prostaglandins role is there, and to some extent, to several species, you will see the role of relaxin or relaxin like hormone, insulin like hormones. You will see in some specific species. Uh, Preferably, you will see this relaxin or relaxin like hormone activity in preparation of birth canal and cervix in case of this sow, okay, and dog as well. So now we'll move to the stages of parturition. Once the hormonal cascade has begun, now what are the stages of parturition and how it happens. So for our ease of understanding this particular subject, it is divided into three stages. So stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So try to look at this three stage, the broad outline, what actually happens during stage 1, 2, and 3. So in stage 1, you will see there is initiation of myometrial contraction and cervical dilation. So stage 1 is nothing but a preparatory phase. Okay. So the uterus prepares to propel the fetus out. Okay. For that, the vaginal canal should be prepared. The elasticity of vaginal canal should be there. The edematous change will happen. The hyperemia will happen, and then the contraction ability and the frequency of myometrium will enhance, because ultimately when parturition begins, the aim of parturition and delivery is to expel the fetus out of uterus. Okay, so for that, this is initiation phase, early phase, and you will not see major changes from outside. Okay, if you observe the animal will not show quite obvious external changes during this first stage, right? But during stage second, you will see quite obvious changes. You will see the animal straining or uh, having a lateral recumbency, or you will see that some fluids coming out. Even fetus will come out in that stage. So externally you can appreciate that something is going on, but in stage 1, externally you will see very few signs. If you look it properly, then only you will understand that yes, something is happening, but it's not that obvious. Okay. Now, if we discuss stage third, so stage third means already fetus has delivered in stage 2. Now the fetal membrane has to be shed out. Fetal membrane, shedding of fetal membrane is the characteristic of stage 3. Okay, and some author involves this involution of uterus. Involution of uterus is nothing but the uterus acquires its normal shape and size as it was during the non-gravid stage. Non-gravid stage means जब वो प्रेग्नेंट नहीं था एनिमल, उस समय जैसा यूट्रस का साइज और स्ट्रेंथ होती है, वो सेम उसी स्टेज पे वापस आना ही इन्वोल्यूशन है. सो few authors used to incorporate this involution of uterus in stage 3, and some don't think like that. Okay, so but anyhow, the expulsion of fetal membrane is a characteristic or hallmark of stage 3. We'll see one by one what actually happens during these stages. Okay, so look at this particular slide. Okay, so what you will see, this is like I said, this is preparatory changes, and before calving you will see, before 48 to 72 hours of calving you will see certain changes. So now look at this. To read this slide, it is quite interesting how to read this slide, right? So look at these clouds. Okay, these are the actual things happening inside the body, and these are the supporting clinical evidence. Means, suppose if I read out one, first one, relaxation of sacroiliac ligament. So relaxation of sacroiliac, because the ligament is inside the body, so you cannot see that it is getting relaxed. So how you will appreciate that? So the relaxation of sacroiliac ligament happens, and it is evident by these two sign. Means, from externally, how will you appreciate that there is a relaxation of sacroiliac ligament? So you will see these two. Okay, you will see sunken gluteal muscles and relaxed pelvic ligament. You will see there is depression at the body head of the, the base of the tail. Sorry, the base of the tail. So normally it used to be straightened, but as and when there is sacroiliac ligament, you will see uh, the depression of this ligament, and then sunkening of this gluteal muscle, and then relaxation of pelvic ligament, and you will see there is depression of muscles at the base of the tail, right? So this is one. Now coming to the second cloud, it represents udder enlargement. Udder enlargement can be clinically manifested by, you will see teeth engorgement. Means, normally teeth remains, quite flaccid, but during this phase, because of udder enlargement activity is going on, so teeth will be engorged with milk, and they will be quite hard in touch, right? So in some heifers, you will see, especially high yielding crossbreed heifers, you will appreciate that there is subcutaneous edema development at the, you see the milk vein running through ventral abdomen. So side to side, you will see this edematous subcutaneous edema also. Okay, so that is quite normal in high yielders actually. So now you see cloudy white discharge. Okay, so how you'll appreciate that it is a you see it is like a gum. During our childhood we had used some gum for sticking these papers and all. यूज किया है आपने गम पेपर चिपकाने वगैरह के लिए? तो
Yes, sir.
ऐसा ही व्हाइट कलर का आपको डिस्चार्ज मिलेगा, वो काफी थिक कंसिस्टेंसी का होता है. During my previous classes, I discussed one thing, that cervical seal of pregnancy, how it forms. Remember that during, like I told you, that there are certain goblet cells and mucus secreting cells present in cervix, and they perform their function based on the hormone level in that particular period. Means, suppose the animal is having animal is having heat period, and it is the blood level of this estrogen is more. So the same these cells, they will secrete thin watery discharge, so that you appreciate during the heat stage. No, you say that okay, animal is in early heat or mid heat, because it is discharging some mucus. Okay, so early heat means very watery, thin, and somehow a little thick. Can't say thick, but a little viscous fluid will be there during the mid heat age period. So that animals discharge or secretes this discharge, because the animal was in heat, and the body or the serum level of estrogen was high. Now during the immediately after conception, when the level of progesterone becomes higher, so the same goblet cells which were previously secreting this you know uh, thin and watery or viscous mucus, okay, now they are secreting a very thick glue like material. So what is the importance of that glue-like material? That actually seals the cervix. So cervical seal is very, very important. Okay, because the uterus has to be isolated. Until unless the uterus is isolated, if it is having external, I mean it communicating with the external environment, suppose animal is urinating, animal is sitting or roaming here and there in muddy area, or so there are every chance that the urine may enter inside the uterus, because most of the time, especially buffaloes, they urinate while sitting stance, right? So there are every chance that urine or dirt or dust or some contaminated materials, even dung, they can pass through the cervix, and once they are in the uterus, they will start creating infection, inflammation, and then there will be abortion. So in order to avoid all these things, the cervix has to be sealed, and that happens because the cervical cells, that are goblet cells, they secrete thick, very thick glue like substance which seals the cervix. Now why I discussed this much, because now the pregnancy has, I mean, this now the time has come that pregnancy has to be terminated. Okay, now this is a parturition phase. So now there is no use of this cervical seal, that has to go off. So now, because it is preparatory phase, the estrogen level is higher. So again, the cervical seal becomes liquefied. Clear? So once it is liquefied, or can't say immediate exactly liquefied, but it becomes a bit softened. So the cervical seal of pregnancy gets eliminated, because the entire fetus has to come out from that. Okay. So now, out of these, now coming to the fourth cloud. Fourth cloud says that there is change in vulva. Not only in vulva, in vaginal canal, vagina, okay, what you say, birth canal or vagina and vulva, they has to acquire capacity to accommodate a heavy fetus. Okay, the fetus, which is very, very voluminous, okay, and very heavy fetus, weighing around 40 to 50 kgs. Okay, depends upon big species, small species, I'm not big species, big breed like HF, or if it is Vechur or Vachur, smaller ones. So depends upon that. But anyhow, for every breed, the fetus is very big when it passes through this vulva or vagina. So vulva and vagina birth canal has to be elastic, otherwise there will be tearing and fetus will not be propelled out. Okay, what causes elasticity? Estrogen actually causes the elasticity. So you will see two very important changes. Okay, in this head there will be slight tumification, means you will see some turgidity. Okay, and you will see edematous vulva and vagina as well. Of course it is not written right here, but you try to write down somewhere that birth canal and vulva becomes edematous hyperemic, and they becomes more elastic, so as to accommodate the entire big fetus. Okay, now the vulval length also becomes a slight bigger. Okay, so these are the preparatory changes that happens during stage 1. Okay, now coming to actual stage of first stage of calving. Okay, so again, understanding this particular slide or reading this particular slide is a type of a different one. Okay, so you start reading from the down. Now I'll tell you this very area. If you see, uh, there are forces written here. So what force? So regardless that it is the this particular box is kept in the first stage slide, you don't get confused that these are the forces during first stage. No, these are all the forces during parturition. Okay, You don't think like in first stage these forces are there. No, these are the total force that actually works during the event of parturition. Okay, so what are these forces? So uterine contraction, as we said, during preparatory phase there will be myometrial contraction. Myometrial contraction is nothing but uterine contraction only. Okay, along with uterine contraction you will see abdominal contraction is also that also starts. Okay, with closed glottis. The glottis first gets closed so that only one opening will be there and the fetus will be propelled towards the vagina. Okay, and there is diaphragmatic force as well. A small amount of diaphragmatic force also works there. Okay, so total forces are these three forces are there for persuasion to happen. Okay, now we'll see one more thing, that while uh, stage 1 progresses, you will see the external os opens first and then internal os at last. Okay, and because of this activity the entire cervix become cone shape. Okay, now we'll see one by one points how this actually happens. Okay, so first of all, as I told you in first slide itself, that the changes that occurs during the first stage will not be visibly externally. Okay, so because these change in vulva, change in vagina, the edematous change, elasticity are hyperemic changes, and then some hormonal changes, they you cannot observe through outside. Just small changes like uh, udder enlargement or relaxation of sacroiliac ligament, that you can appreciate from outside, but these are very few things that you can appreciate. So
खा लिए तुम्हारे लिए रखे थे.
so the thing is, in first stage you will not see much of the changes from outside. The things will go within. Okay, now as I said, there will be preparation of birth canal. Birth canal will get prepared, means edema, hyperemia, elasticity. Okay, because the fetus has to come. Now, as I said, the cervix softening and dilation of cervix will happen, and external os opens first, then internal os, and then it acquires a cone shape. Okay, so that is one side. Now, coming to the second side, what it says, that in first stage there will be myometrial contraction. So that myometrial contraction, the fiber contraction starts at this very stage only. Okay, because of that myometrial contraction, the animal will show discomfort and colic. So because the myometrial contraction remains very feeble, so animal will show a very light mode of discomfort. So you may not appreciate it from outside. The animal will walk, especially our buffaloes and cows, they will walk more. They will be a bit they will not uh, take feed properly. So these kind of changes will be there. If you are attending the animal throughout the day, you will understand that okay, that animal is feeling discomfort, but it is not much obvious. Okay, now there will be dispositioning of fetus. Okay, before expulsion there will be dispositioning. Now I want to focus one thing, that you might have heard one thing, that whenever there is a word, a prefix word is dis, means gadbade. That means normal, like eutokia is normal, dystocia means painful or difficult. Okay, dyspnea means difficulty in breathing. So there are so many things where you use this, means pakka there is painful or dysuria. So many things are there, but you try to understand that this is not the dis which represents abnormal thing. So dispositioning means the fetus acquires normal presentation, position and posture, which is which is needed for its proper expulsion. Okay, so what happens during this dispositioning? Don't get confused that dispositioning means position will get distorted, or it will be something different or painful or difficult. Okay, so dispositioning means acquiring normal position posture. Okay, so how it happens? Here is the explanation. Okay, so the fetus first rotates around its longitudinal axis. Okay, previously whatever position it has, now it will acquire the proper longitudinal position axis. And how it happens? The fetus rotates its body in longitudinal axis. Okay, then second, fetal extremity will be extended. So forelimb will extend to, and they will guard the head. Okay, and hind limb they also extend back so that to they can make a proper position for expulsion. Okay, so this actually happens during first stage. Now we'll see some other changes during first stage. So we'll see. Now, most of us will think that it is a contraction and it is a misnomer. No, it is not misnomer, it is contractures only. So these are, what is contractures? Contractures are a type of uterine contraction only, but the speciality is that these contractions are low in amplitude and short duration. They occurs for very short duration and having very low amplitude. And 1 or 2 days before, days means up to 48 hours before, they will start uh, to happen. Okay, so what is the duration, what is the timing? So there will be contractures, frequency of contractures will be 12 minutes in cow. Okay, and once they started, they will contract these muscles for maximum of 30 seconds only. Okay, so for every 12 minutes there will be contractions, and these contractions will be of low amplitude and short duration. Okay, and they will last for half a minute maximum. They will not exceed more than half minute. Okay, and if the animal is suppose animal is in sitting position or recumbent, lateral recumbency or sternal recumbency most often, so the chance frequency may be more than the normal standing position. Okay, so this is a basic of first stage carving. So you will see some other clinical sign associated with first stage. So these are quite common, that every time when, as and when the animal feels stress, because parturition is stress only, right? So because the animal is feeling discomfort and stress, you will see the BP will rise, the pulse rate will rise, the respiration will rise, and the animal will show restlessness. So this is common point for every stressful condition, right? But more specifically, you will see slight hypothermia. The the temperature will drop down to 1 degree. Okay, so it is a new and different feature. Okay, because during the stress you will see a little bit hyperthermia, but right now in this condition you will see hypothermia, that is 1 degree drop of normal temperature. Okay, before going to actual uh, activity that actually happens, we'll see structures. What are the structures covering a fetus? As I told you earlier, पहले भी मैंने आपको बोला है ये चीज कि immediately जो एक लेयर या एक सैक जो बच्चे को, फीटस को सराउंड करती है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? amniotic cavity, amniotic sac, or the fluid present here will be amniotic fluid. Okay, so आपको हाइड्रोलेंटाइज हाइड्रोमनियोस में मैंने एक चीज क्लियर की थी कि फीटस के इमीडिएटली सराउंडिंग कौन सी होती है, उसके ऊपर कौन सी होती है. सो दिस इज amniotic cavity or amniotic sac. Okay, and this is second water bag. Okay, over the amniotic sac you will see another cavity, that is chorion and allantois. So allantois and chorion at the at ventral aspect, you will see they joins together. So we say allantochorion rather than keeping allantoin different and chorion different. So allantochorion, you will see this allantochorionic membrane surrounding the amnion. So this is the first water bag. What is the first water bag? Allantochorionic sac is the, allantochorionic fluid is the first water bag. And you see this very diagram. Okay, it is attached with caruncle. Okay, so that's how they form this placentome. So कहने का मतलब ये सेकेंड वाटर बैग इज फिक्स्ड विद यूट्रस. ये कहाँ होता है प्लेसेंटोम? यूट्रस में. ओके, सो इट इज फिक्स्ड विद यूट्रस. ये फिक्स नहीं है एमनियन. ओके, ये वाटर बैग फिक्स नहीं है.